What's up, guys? James Palms here. Look at the gorgeous sun. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep, we're getting close to the darkest day of the year. Here is December 9th? No, December 7th today. December 7th. Gorgeous sunny day. A little bit cooler. Today was around 0 to +1 degree Celsius. Right around that 0. It's about -1 right now, getting later in the afternoon. I think it made it right around 1 or 0. But yeah, we had a little light sprinkling of snow. So we had about a couple inches, just enough sort of to cover the grass. And then we had that to cover the grass. And then it got really cold being around 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was, yeah, -12, -14 a couple times just at night. Middle of the day, of course, was warmer, about 5 or 6, -5. Maybe even some -4, I can't remember, maybe -1 or 2 during those days. But we had 2 really cold days, made the snow stick around. And then last night we got another little light sprinkle here of snow. Obviously in these sunnier areas it kind of melted it off. I didn't do anything with it. It wasn't enough to shovel or anything, but so 2 or 3 little light dustings of snow, but cooler temperatures just all of a sudden. After I made that last video, about a day later, it just kind of changed, got cool. Nice though. It got really cold for like I said, about 2 days was really cold, and I think our lowest was around 5 degrees Fahrenheit, which that's about as cold as we get, which for this early in the season was pretty early. I actually built a little door. I got to put the bamboo in it, but I built a door, an insulated door for the tiki bar, and then I got a clear tarp here for the front, and then I'm going to build another little panel here. Last night we had a few friends over. We just put this up there, and I left the top open because I got a propane heater in there. You could sit in there in a t-shirt because it's so well insulated, floor, wall, ceilings, everything insulated. But yeah, and the kids were playing. Actually, last night actually kind of warmed up to above 0. It was kind of nice in the late at night. We were there till about 1 a.m. so it was actually not bad. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm just going to quickly open just a few palm trees. These 2 just stay running nonstop, 1 string of lights, maybe 8 to 12 bulbs, or maybe closer to 20 bulbs, I can't remember. And this one here has 2 strings on there that just stay running the whole time. And then this one and this one were on a thermal cube. This one, the thermal cube wasn't kicking on too much. It was really cold nights, on those really cold nights, and I didn't see the lights coming on. Now I tested the thermal cube and it did work, but I put a different one in there that was already running. So then I've been seeing them on more often. Some thermal cubes aren't that accurate, so just be aware of that. Just on the really cold nights, it looks perfect. I already went in and checked it out. This one I got no access hatch this year, so this is just going to be we're not going to take it down until the spring type of thing. With the 2 out front, I do that as well. Should be fine. I've seen the lights running. I'm not worried about it. It can take a lot of cold. So, but these 2 here, I got access hatches. This one I got an access hatch, and that one I got a big one. So I don't know if I'm going to open them all up, but I'll open 1 or 2 of them up right now. Let's check them out. All right, guys, let's do this. Woo! All right, cheers, everyone. Great day. Hope you guys are having a good one. Best time of the year for the hot tub right here. It's my favorite time of the year. 104 degree water and 32 degrees air. All right, this is my first time looking in here too. Ooh, can feel the warmth coming right inside. There we go. This temperature sensor here hasn't been working, so I'm gonna try to carefully, without goring myself, pull it out of here. Yep, looks good all the way up to the top. I don't see any damage. Looks good. I used to put the lights down low. People say that the heat rises, but it doesn't. I mean, in theory, heat does rise, but not like this. Because what happens if you only have your lights down here, they only produce a little bit of warmth and only right around them. So if you don't bring the lights all the way up to the fronds up there can get frozen and really cold. The cold will come in from the top because those are the farthest away from the ground, so it's going to keep bringing the cold in. On the ground, you don't actually need anything because it's letting the heat up. This box is stopping it, so you can stop your things a couple feet up and only do the crown and the head, because the ground warmth is quite a bit warmer. Obviously, that soil is going to stay nice and warm and soft. So it looks great in here. This is perfectly bone dry, low humidity. I can feel it's dry, low humidity. Got some, these are where I trimmed off all the old fronds. It's exactly the way I wanted. This is huge trunk, massive trunk in here. I'm going to have to, I say it every year, but I'm definitely going to have to trim off all the fronds off this guy next year, because this thing was quite a bit of work. I have to build a new box for this one though, probably a new box, and then maybe trim off the fronds. All right, so there's the big Mexican fan palm. That's the first look of the winter. Yeah, the tiki bar got a nice door on it now. I gotta put the handle on tomorrow. Let's come in this one here. You can get right inside this box too. dark in here because the lights aren't turning on. Of course, the thermal cube's plugged in right here, about 5 feet in the air, 5.5 feet in the air. But it's dark green. You can see enough in there. Everything looks good. Still growing nice. Slowing down. Always the two roofs. See, you got 1 and 2, but nice and dry, bone dry. You don't want to see any moisture or any condensation on any walls or anything. That's what could happen if you cover them up too early. Make sure you don't, and too warm. It can keep growing and create condensation, but this is perfectly the way I want to see it. All right, there's another one. These two here, I left the bottom ones in because I'm trying to keep snow against the bottom, so I'm just gonna peek my hand in here. You guys can see them, I already seen. Looks great, I can feel the warmth. Oh. Yeah, almost dropped the phone there, so, but yeah, you can see, looks great. Got the temperature sensor in there. I think this one said it was 11 degrees and 50% humidity. If you leave them plugged in, especially when it gets really cold out, the humidity nicely drops. So let's see this guy here. Yeah, it looks perfectly dark green, perfectly the way I want to see it. Nice, healthy. I can feel the warmth in my hands. All right, it's perfect. I just 2 screws out to take a peek at it. Yeah, this one I can't get it. I got the whole panels on there. They're 4 8-foot panels, or 4x8 panels. 4 of them on the bottom and 4 of them on the top. So that box, if you wanted to know exactly how tall that box is, it's 16 feet tall. So just grab a 16-foot 2x4 and stand it up and stand beside it and you'll know how tall it is. And this one had a little bit of room, probably about 1.5 foot of room at the top of the box, but not a ton. But yeah, my friends are calling this thing the Lincoln Monument right now. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. More palm tree videos here from Southern Ontario, Canada. I got to get in the hot tub here. All right, guys, later. I left this here last night. This is the best way to chill beer in Canada. Free. It's not cold enough to freeze it, so, but the ice, there's actually ice, a thin layer of ice there on the pool. Kind of got really solid from that really cold day, and it's been cold enough to kind of keep it so it hasn't broken up yet. But cheers, everyone. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's the best way. That's the Canadian way of chilling your beer in the winter. It's perfect. Look. All right.
Sing my night.